You know, it's been a year, right?
Since what?
Since I've driven the best looking Mercedes ever made.
The SLS Black Series?
What? No, the CLA45S.
You know there's a new one, right?
Wait, what?
Here it is.
I think I just bust.
Hey yo!
You're watching Toggle Talk. This is the all-new CLA45S. And despite it looking very similar to the previous generation, there's subtle differences that make it much cooler. To go over a few, let's start with the exterior.
Okay, the biggest difference of this car is basically the front headlight. That's the biggest change of the older gen and the newer gen. Now, I do love these front headlights because now it looks more like the GT63S. What do you think? That's what it looks like.
A bit more aggressive.
Yes, it is very aggressive. And speaking of aggressiveness, you do get this aftermarket front lip, which I do love on this car. And this is a
aftermarket canards as well.
Yep, aftermarket.
And one thing that's same on this car is from the previous generation is 19-inch alloy wheels over here, and the grille is pretty much the same, and it does look quite amazing.
I actually think this is the best looking Mercedes ever made, and if you think there's anything that looks better than this, please feel free to comment. But to me, this is the best design, Merc.
AMG
1?
Oh, Black Series?
Nah. I think it looks a bit weird, but back to this car. Carbon fiber wing mirrors. Even at the side of this car, this is the most aggressive Mercedes ever designed, and to me, it's perfection.
So the complete Batmobile.
It's literally the Batmobile.
Yeah.
At the back, the biggest change of the newer generation CLA45S is basically the tail light. I think I prefer the older gen one, which to me looks a bit better. And this car obviously is a bit more aftermarket because you get this aftermarket
carbon lip, and then nice aggressive diffuser.
Yeah, I think that's the most aggressive part at the back. It's so aggressive to the fact that you don't realize the rear tail pipes say AMG on them.
Quad exhaust.
Yes, it's a quad exhaust. But I think like overall design wise, the matte black on this car is the best thing about it.
No doubt about it, the already good-looking Merc now looks even better. And it's time to see if there are many changes when it comes to driving.
Before we start driving, let's start with the engine price and specs. So 4-cylinder turbo, which produces 416 horsepower, 500 Newton meters of torque. Acceleration, let's find out. Pretty quick. 0 to 60 time is 4.1 seconds. And now this is an 8-speed dual clutch transmission, which is fun. So one thing I really wanted to go over is the fact that the last generation got 420 horsepower, whereas the newer gen only gets 416, which is 4 horsepower lower. And one thing that's really fun about this car is the way it handles. Now this has the 4MATIC. Yeah, it really sticks, and this has the 4MATIC Plus system, which means it can send 50% to the rear wheels, and from that 50% it can send 100% of that power to one wheel, and that helps with cornering. And talking about cornering, this car's handling is literally so good. It literally sticks to the ground, and it's insane how 416 horsepower can literally grip on with so much might.
I mean, and that's one good thing about the 4MATIC system and any other all-wheel drive system. Like, these systems are built like to actually make you feel grounded.
Literally.
And with how powerful this vehicle is, you actually do feel that groundness, or like the safety net of being stick to the ground.
Yeah. And the other thing that I really wanted to go over is the fact that this is an 8-speed dual clutch transmission, and it shifts really well. So when it comes to being a sports car, the other major thing that we go over is the suspension. The older CLA45S, it felt more on the softer side, but this, I think they've improved the suspension, and it really feels engaging on Sports Plus. And overall, when it comes to driving, acceleration pretty amazing on this car. It's very quick. The gearbox, the 8-speed dual clutch, very snappy. It's literally, I think I would prefer this over Audi DSG because it's that snappy.
Yep.
The other thing, suspension. It's more towards the firm side rather than the stiff side, which I prefer in this car. And it feels more sports car than the older generation to me.
And the steering is also quite responsive.
Yes, steering is responsive, so handling's pretty good. Overall, when it comes to driving,
all in all, it's a good car.
Yes. Driving wise, it's very engaging. I do like this new CLA45S.
However, for the price tag of $145,000, it's more on the expensive side. For that price, you're probably expecting a top-of-the-line interior, so let me run you through the changes.
I have to say, compared to the previous generation, the biggest change is the steering wheel. They've gone for a million buttons over here. Like, what's going on? I do like the design, don't get me wrong. I do love the fact that you get your drive mode selector and your exhaust note selector on your steering wheel as well. I think it feels very nice compared to the older generation, and it looks pretty cool. Anyway, moving on. This is pretty standard. It's very similar to the older generation. Once again, this is touchscreen. I don't like the fact that there's a massive bezel, but apart from that though, one thing I really loved about the previous generation was the AC vent, and they've continued it with this, and that's pretty fancy. And Mercedes interior quality. Don't ever tell me Audi is not better than Mercedes, because Audi doesn't have this. Anyway, you do get a wireless charger over here, which is pretty fancy, and storage space wise, you get storage space here, cup holders. Oh, you don't get cup holders. No, you do. I'm just dumb. Anyway, cup holders are here. Seats, heated, ventilated, which is pretty fancy. And overall, interior, it's pretty nice. You do get this massive panoramic roof as well. The one thing about Mercedes interiors are their interior design is the best, and that's something that I really love about this car. Something that I really remembered from the previous generation was rear leg space was bad, and it's the same in this car. But overall interior, props to Mercedes. Their designs are the best.
Up until now, the CLA45S seems like the best thing ever made. However, is it any better than the new RS3 and the BMW M2?
Now regarding that, the RS3 costs you $125,000 drive away, whereas this will cost you $145,000. The M2 is $147,000.
Yes.
But here's the thing. To me, the RS3 for $125,000 is worth it.
Yeah.
This is $145,000.
Look, see, that's where
It doesn't
all
make
these
sense.
manufacturers, when they put their prices for their vehicles, it doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Nor
To
does
me-
it make sense for a BMW M2.
Yeah.
The price of what it is. No offense, but like Audi's interiors are good,
Yeah.
and they are very good. But like, would I spend $120,000 to $140,000 on either one of those vehicles, brand new? That's a big question. I don't know if I know I would, but would you?
I would rather get the RS3 for $125,000 rather than this,
Yeah.
because at the end of the day, you get more car for the RS3. I
Yes,
feel like
you
the
do.
interior is
Yeah.
much better, and to me, like out of the three, this is the one that I would go for. But I think I would rather get a demo than a brand new one.
Yeah. That's fair. Good point there.
That brings us to the final thoughts of the CLA45S. Let us know if you agree with what we have to say down below in the comments.
Alright, and now for the final thoughts of the CLA45S. Then look, what do you think?
We did a video of the RS3, the M2 and the CLA45S, and I picked the CLA45S because overall it was a better car. And with the newer generation, here's a few noticeable changes. I think the interior quality has improved.
Yep.
I do love the way the steering wheel looks at the moment, because it might look complicated, but once you start using it, it actually makes much more sense.
Yeah, it does.
And to me, with the newer generation, they've stiffened up the suspension a bit on Sports Plus mode, which is very nice. The acceleration feels even better.
Yep.
It feels quicker. It feels more sports car compared to the older generation. And to me, I love the way this car looks. I literally
Yeah,
think
it's very aggressive and
I-
very mean, sort
Yeah.
of.
To me, I really think this is the best design Mercedes ever made.
Yep.
And overall, I think interior is pretty good. Build quality is good. Looks good. Exterior looks pretty good as well. And to me, this is a 10 out of 10. This is the perfect Mercedes. I love the engine. I love the way it drives. I love the interior. It's perfect to me. Get
Yeah.
it?
I'm not a huge fan of European cars, but this vehicle is just something different. It's a bit meaner, it's a bit more aggressive. It's all in all, it's a good car. Would I buy it? Unfortunately, no. But I would have to say it's like a 9.5 or a 10. Like, this vehicle, for me, it's a bit too much. I like a car that's a bit more toned down, like the RS3 or the M2.
Huh? Toned down?
Yeah.
I didn't think the RS3 is a bit more toned down, because the 5-cylinder
No,
literally
no.
sounds like a Lamborghini.
When I mean toned down, not tuned down. Like, with how it looks.
Okay.
This is like very much in your face.
Yeah, good.
whereas the RS3 is not.
Yeah. Yep.
So I would prefer that over this. But for what this vehicle is, it is nice. And I have to give props to Mercedes for that.
With that, we'd like to conclude that the CLA45S is one of the best AMGs ever made, despite it being a full cylinder. Thank you for watching Throttle Talk. Thank you for watching till the end. It really helps our channel. Anyway, till the next one. See ya.